It takes you a full year to get back to
Yeah.
a point where you feel like you can do things. You actually shared that you changed from you call it a life of addiction, which is how I knew to ask about substances,
Mhm.
to a life of freedom and purpose. So I have
Yes.
two questions. First of all, I want to give you a chance to talk about what that means. And the second thing is I'm curious about whether or not that day in the hospital was like turning a page, instant sobriety, clean living, or whether or not it was a process.
Well, it was instant sobriety because, I followed the doctor's orders, because I didn't want to die. I didn't
Yeah.
want to die. And that was my wake up call. That's what I needed in order to get my life in order and to really think about like how I wanted to live life moving forward, and not live that sort of lifestyle anymore. It wasn't hard for me because, I felt like awful and I wanted to live. So I
Yeah.
was willing to make whatever changes necessary so I could get better and start living a better life. That whole situation was the catalyst to, the life that I live today. I'm grateful that I didn't die, that I was given a chance to be able to, get my ducks in a row and figure out how I wanted to live this life and move through this life and contribute in this life. And it took that happening in order for me to come to grips with it's time to change.